Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 20 and we're back for a big moment today. You can see it already there from the fixture. We're playing in a one-day cup match. It's our county debut for Yorkshire and we're going to the home of cricket lords to face Middlesex in the one-day cup. A bit of a step up from the club games we've been playing in the first couple of seasons. This call-up's come immediately after that first game from the last episode. If you're not up to date with that and our first game of the season, then do go back and catch up with the previous one, just to see the form we were in coming into this one, and of course where we stand in our career at the moment. We're at 20 years of age and just one away from level 20, where we'll get another perk to add to our career pro, so hopefully things are starting to look up now, but we've really got to impress in this one-day cup. Interestingly, all the fixtures below are still for our club side after this one, so it doesn't look like we're a permanent fixture there. Maybe we're just getting a try early on. It looks like Yorkshire are doing pretty well. They're up in third place in the table, so hopefully that means we can continue to compete and maybe make another one-day final, this time at a far higher level. But in that three-day club game last time out, we did have a really good time of it. For those of you who haven't gone back to check it out yet, you are going to get a few spoilers now. We made a massive 100 in the first innings, 135 for us, over two-thirds of our side's runs, and in the second innings we made a half-century too, despite our side falling pretty easily. So that's earned us the call-up. Although our batting attributes haven't particularly improved, we've only been able to improve one statistic, and of course we've now made selection. We're a fringe member of the One-Day Cup, hence we're getting the odd game today. If we go to our skills, we've improved our control, so our batting technique is gradually going up, and hopefully if we can get to that next ability point, we'll be able to unlock something for our footwork. That's the other one I'd like to improve, and then we can start to work on the special shots, particularly the sweep, which I like to play. So let's go and get into this one-day game. Of course we're playing as Yorkshire, and we're finally getting our chance in a side, and it looks like we're a far better team as well. So let's go and get into this match, and hopefully we'll be able to get an early win. And look, we've got changing pitch conditions, so it's obviously working at county level. The pitch at Lords is grassy, so that will make it a little bit difficult for us to face compared to the usual standard pitch we keep getting, and it's a little bit cooler as well to reflect the English weather more suitably. But let's go and get into the game and see if we can impress on our county debut. We're into our first county game then. We're at the home of cricket. It looks absolutely fantastic. Lords is obviously one of the licensed grounds on here, as it is part of the Ashes series that this game sponsors. We saw it when we were playing our Ashes series playthrough. I know we only played the first test at Edgbaston, but we did see it in a couple of the warm-up bits. And look at some of the players up there today. We're opening with Gary Ballance, not normally an opener, so that's quite an interesting one. The likes of Joe Root and Johnny Bairstow there. We saw David Willey as well, who's played in limited overs cricket for England. And on the other side, Middlesex captained by Williamson, the New Zealand skipper who did brilliantly in the World Cup. So plenty of razzmatazz, plenty of high quality players. Joe Root of course captaining for us against Williamson, who we've mentioned. Joe Root calls heads. What will it be? Let's see if we can win the toss, and hopefully we'll get to bat first, as Joe Root should choose wisely. He'll want to get a score on the board surely, although the grassy pitch may make him choose otherwise. We've gone to bat first, so we will be facing the first ball, and that's certainly a bit of pressure as we go into our first one-day innings at the higher level for our county. You can see the official sponsorship for the Vitality Cup there as well. Plenty of nice little nuances in the game, and a really good lineup for Yorkshire, so I'm hoping we'll be able to dominate this match. The batters in particular fantastic, so hopefully we'll be able to make an impression and make ourselves a firm fixture in this side. We'll be back in a moment for the first ball, as we're facing Kenny for Middlesex. We're facing our first ball then, over the wicket from the seamer. Again, plenty of space on the leg side, and we start with at least a single, which is great. It's getting away from the fielder as well, you know. He cuts it off in the end. I think it will just be two. We're not going to risk a third there. Better fielders and stronger arms out in the outfield, so we've got to make sure we don't take them on too soon. There's the media suite at Lords. Well, I'm not quite sure what's going on in there, but we're off the mark with our first ball, and we couldn't have asked for much more than that. I'm expecting that the bowlers will learn a bit quicker in this one, so I'm not expecting us to be able to score freely for a while, but of course we may get that free pass for the first over or two until the bowlers work out that we like to play off the leg side predominantly. So 4 runs off 2 balls, we're not going to be out for a duck, there's no big huge failure here, we've managed to get a few runs on the board and we've just got to keep progressing. The big screen up in the corner's putting me off as we play at that one far more timely. It's a brilliant shot that runs away for 4, 8 runs off the first 3 balls and we're making this look very easy. Halfway through the over, Kenny's surely got to adjust his line. He's got slips but he's not bowling outside off stump, and again we might get 4 here, you know. It's running away and we're making it look just as easy as club cricket. Now we've got 12 runs already. It's absolutely fantastic off the first 4 balls and they've opened up the leg side field even further. Maybe that means they're going to bowl wide outside off stump. It doesn't, they bowl even narrower. This time we just flick it off the hips for a single and we get 13 off our first 5 deliveries. Gary Ballance taking the strike. I was going to say beforehand I thought we might be a little bit more conservative to start with, but the bowling lines really suited us and we were able to score big off the first one. It's a right arm medium pacer coming in, hopefully we'll be able to get him away too. Back on strike for this second over then. Gary Ballance gets 2 runs. Oh, but we've got out to the short ball again. We've edged it through to the wicket keeper. So often we fall that way. In the second innings of our last club game we did the same. We gave away a silly wicket in the 50s and that's a really poor way to lose our wicket. We've got to learn to just leave the short ball. But 13 runs, not a complete failure, although we only lasted an over and a bit and I'm not sure that's going to get us regular selection. I think we might be back at the club side soon. Jack Cleaning comes in and hopefully we've got a batting lineup that can save the day. Joe Root goes along to get a century and they've seen out the 50 overs. It looks like we're getting an early go with the ball though, so we'll be back in a moment for our first over. Okay, there's the scorecard as it stands then. Joe Root making a century, Johnny Bairstow unbeaten on 94, and he scored them very quickly towards the end too. Ballance and Life, 2 former England players in the 20s, and now Sam Robson's opening for Middlesex. We're going to try and get him out quite early. We're only 4 overs in, we made it to 301 for 5, so Middlesex have got a big chase on here. Hopefully we can prevent them scoring runs quickly. We've set our usual favoured field, which we hope will work well, and we're just going to bowl outside off stump to see if they'll leave some early. Straight to the man at mid-on, a forward defensive from the first ball, and that's a pretty good start for us. We'd love an early maiden in the first one. Another off-break delivery to come, again outside off stump. Hopefully he'll just leave it through to the keeper. Tried to play late outside off, and it's gone straight to the man at cover, so 2 dot balls to start the over. Here's the real test then as we flight one in with the 3rd ball. Again we're sticking to the same line as they're finding it hard to get away. And this time it goes straight through. Our 3rd ball. Absolutely fantastic. We take the wicket. It goes straight through the gate. Knocks out middle stump. Leg stump goes with it. And the bails come flying off too. That's an absolutely fantastic bowl. Gubbins is out pretty early. And we've taken the first wicket for our side. I'm just having a look there. Was that David Willey as wicket keeper? What on earth's going on there? I may have misread it, but that looks a bit strange. And now we're facing the world-class Kane Williamson. But a wicket with our 3rd ball. Something we rarely did in the short form at club level. We really struggled to get wickets in that one, but it looks like we're going to be a superstar here. We'll be back in a moment to bowl our first ball to Williamson as we test him with some off-break deliveries. First ball to Williamson, the standard off-break delivery to start. Let's just try and cramp him up. It looks like we might have an LB shout there. I think it was just creeping down leg, or maybe it got an inside edge, but we're certainly causing some problems here as the grassy pitch is really helping us. So this time it's straight on the stumps again, and that one's off the bat, but it went straight out in front of him. Absolutely no control from the New Zealand skipper, and he's really struggling to deal with us. We'll go for the flighted delivery to finish. It certainly worked against Gubbins, so let's try it again against Williamson. He pulls away straight to the fielder. A wicket maiden to start. Absolutely fantastic for a part-time spinner, and it looks like we're going to be a superstar at this level. We're certainly starting with intent. They've lost another wicket, and it's David Malan who's come in. Another player that's obviously been in the England side in recent years. 24 for 2 Middlesex, not enjoying chasing. So we're going to bowl a standard off-break delivery to start. Again, he got that pad in the way, but he just about beat it with the bat, and it's been hit away to the fielder for a dot ball. I think we're going to go same again, as the first one worked very well. Malan's struggling, so let's see if we can catch him as well. He keeps throwing that pad out in front of the bat, something that I think could work out for us. Maybe we can get an LB shout with him. We'll try it with the flighted delivery now. Third ball of the over, and in our 9 deliveries we've caused trouble almost every time. That one was a little bit too wide though, and it was easily away to the man at mid-on. An off-break delivery with 2 balls of the over left, and we'll finish with a flighted one, which seems to be the wicket taker. That one's nearly beaten the fielder again, but the man in the inner circle gets round, and again he cuts it off for a dot ball. We could be starting with 2 maidens and a wicket to go for our trouble as well. Let's try and bowl this one at the stumps for Malan, see if he tries to attack it. It's a little bit wide again, and he tries to pull away, but it goes straight to the man at mid-on. 2 maidens to start our spell. Into our third over then. We'll start with an off-break delivery. Can we try and catch Malan out? He defends that one well, and it hits his opposing batsman and moves on to the stumps for a dot ball. A pretty interesting start, and a very strange animation there. We'll go for a flighted delivery second, the one that seems to be causing more of the trouble. We'd really like to give away a single here, get the batsman back on strike. The right-hander came Williamson. He was the one that we looked like getting out. Malan we're just trying to restrict at the moment. Another off-breaker halfway through the over. He tries to attack it with that pull shot again, but he can only pick out the fielder, something he's done pretty well so far. So we did say the economy in 50 over cricket was a little bit of a concern for us, and it looks like it's not just club cricket for that, although we are a bit more of a threat for the wicket. The final ball's going to be an off-break delivery, wide outside off stump, and he tries to play it through point, but it's a brilliant dive by the gully fielder, and he manages to stop it for another dot ball, our third maiden in 3 overs. There's spin on at the other end in Kyle Carver as well. We haven't really connected with that one well, but we've got away with it as it's just a dot ball, despite not getting much spin on it. So we're going to go for a standard off-breaker again. Malan's moved on to 5 at the other end. Williamson stuck on 7 here, and we've got the right-hander back on strike. We're still yet to concede a run, and we're restricting the run rate beautifully, which will help us later in the innings as they go for some wilder shots. If they're chasing a required rate of 7 or 8 and over, they're always going to be a little more aggressive, and hopefully that'll help our colleagues out after we've been very economical. But again, Williamson's playing off the pads, and he's only finding that man at leg gully, and we're 2 balls away from yet another maiden. We could not have asked for a better start with the ball. A very strange one as it's pulled away by Williamson, but straight to the fielder again. They've been picking them out all day. We'll go for a flighted delivery to finish. Can it be the perfect end to the 4th over? We wouldn't mind another wicket here, but it's defended sensibly by Williamson. He's obviously waiting for the seamers to come back in, where he obviously fancies his chances a bit more. Malan's back on strike to us, the left-hander. They're only just going at over 3 and over at the moment, and that means the required rate's almost 7. At this early stage in the game, that's going to be a little bit much for them to be chasing. So if we can keep it tight for another over or 2, just for as long as Joe Root wants, then we're going to make it really difficult for Middlesex, and we could become a hero for our side yet. The first 2 balls are dots again, and we've got 4 more to keep another maiden. We'll go for our favoured flighted ball now. It seemed to be the one that got the early wicket. Can it do the same again at the stumps? He's gone for a more aggressive shot, and it beats both of the fielders in the middle there. Splits mid-on and mid-off, and it's down to the boundary for 4. After 20 odd defensive shots, that's a very strange one to see. A beautiful shot down the ground from Malan. He's finally attacking the flighted ball. We bowled the next one without the flight, and he's gone straight to the man at mid-on for a dot. We've got 2 balls left in the over. We're going to take a risk and flight yet another one in, and we're going to go a little bit wider this time, see if we can tempt the edge or the pull shot. It does, but it dribbles along the ground, and it's another dot to the fielder. So our first 4 conceded, not particularly good, but we've got an early wicket, and we can't complain about being 1 for 4 after 5 overs at county level. We're back for our 6th over with the ball. Only 15 overs of this match played. We've bowled a third of the overs for Yorkshire. We forgot a skipper for the last half a year, just how much we were used with the ball beforehand. We may well get bowled out again here, and we may have been brought in as a spin option. Just a single off the first ball to Williamson. Not too much of a concern at this stage. These two are starting to build a partnership though, so it is something we've got to be careful of as a side. 2 balls left in the over. We're going to go for another flighted delivery. It seems like our best wicket taking option, and we've got to be towards the end of our spell now. Of course we can only bowl another 4 or so overs, so it doesn't matter if we get a bit of fatigue. We can play at club level at 80%. We've got to make sure we impress for Yorkshire more. The last ball of the overs defended away, trying to nick a single, but the mid-on fielder gets around, and it's going to be a dot ball to finish. 1 for 5 off 6 overs. The required run rate's leapt above 7 now, 7.12, and Williamson's got himself out as well. Hadn't even noticed there, a little bit surprising. Holden's in and he's got 7 off 6, including that dot ball he's just faced to us. Malan's on 18 at the other end. He's going far more slowly, but that's mainly because we've pinned him back as Holden gets one away there. He's going to get at least 2 for that, although the fielder does cut off the boundary, so we are conceding a little more quickly after a really good start to our spell. 3rd ball of the over, and we're going to go for a flighted one to Holden. The first time we've been able to do so. We're going to bowl it wider because he got away the first 2. This one he's just had to defend, and that's what we really want to achieve. We've already got our wicket, now we've just got to be economical. If we can take the game away from Middlesex, we'll certainly get more game time. We're back with Middlesex exactly halfway through their reply. They're only on 101 for 3, chasing 302. 3 wickets down and Malan starting to score quickly, but Holden seems to have been held back a bit now. We're back into the attack with 3 overs remaining. Hopefully we'll be able to restrict the run rate. We're going to go for an off-break delivery to start, wide outside off stump, and it's been left through to the keeper for a dot ball, something that Holden's going to work on. Halfway through the 8th over for us, and Holden keeps leaving the balls outside off stump. He's not taking any risk at all, although that one he was forced into taking a shot. Just a dot ball, it's 4 in a row. Holden not being as aggressive now. We're going to go for another flighted one. We did it in the first half and over, and again he just left it to go through to the wicket keeper. So let's see what he does with this one. He defends away to the man at mid-off. Last ball of the over to come, and we could be back on for another maiden. At this stage of the game it's priceless, as the required run rate continues to go up. This one is attacked, but it goes straight to the fielder at mid-on, and we finish with another maiden. A fantastic over for us again. The required rate is now 8.39 for Middlesex, as they've lost another wicket, this time of Holden. Malan's on strike on 48. We bowl it really wide, it's a poor delivery, but he edges it with 1 bounce for the man at gully. We nearly could have nicked a wicket there, and we certainly wouldn't have deserved it for the delivery. We're coming in again for the 2nd ball. Malan plays outside off stump, very much a change in tactic for him here, as he's really trying to chase that half century. So we're going to go for a flighted ball. I think this is the sort of one that could catch him out, and go for the same line again. He plays through it and gets nowhere near the ball, just a real waft of the bat, and it didn't really achieve anything. Another off breaker to come. We've surely got to get him in this over. The run rate's got high and they're really starting to chase it, and they're making plenty of mistakes as they do so. The added pressure for him of trying to get a half century is really weighing on his shoulders here. He's partnered by a new batsman too. It's all going pretty wrong for Malan. He's defending another one to mid-off, and we're going to finish with a flighted delivery. Are we able to get a 2nd maiden in a row? Something quite special at this level. It's outside off stump and it's been hit firmly to the man at cover, but it is going to be another maiden as we keep Middlesex on the ropes. It's our final over, and wouldn't it be great to finish with a maiden? We're going to start with a standard off breaker. They've worked so much in this innings, and if we can get to the 30 over mark with the required run rate at 9, we'll certainly be very happy, though we've conceded at least a single there. The man at cover has to chase it out, and we've restricted it to just 1. Malan moves on to 49, and we've got a right-hander back on strike. It's the new batsman White, who's 8 off 6, and we're going to start with a flighted delivery just outside wide off stump. He gets his padding away, but he manages to flick it to the infielder. Just a dot ball as he continues to face us. It's our third ball of the over. Let's try and get him caught LBW. Onto leg stump, it's up in the air. The wicket keeper doesn't take it. He didn't attack it, he should have been diving for that one. But unfortunately it wasn't to be, and it's just another dot ball. We'll try exactly the same again. Hopefully we'll have the same success. We don't as White learns his lesson, and it goes straight to the man at mid-on. Last ball of our spell then. A ridiculous 1 for 8 off 9.5 overs. I don't know what much more you can say about that. It's absolutely fantastic as the last ball's edged away and it bounces before it reaches the gully fielder. A dot ball to finish our spell. 1 for 8 off 10 overs. Only 13 with the bat, but we're certainly doing a job with the ball. Let's go through and see if Middlesex get close. They did in the end. I'm not sure what happened at the end there. They managed to get to 282. Malan got to 155. A remarkable innings from him. To be fair, our lineup always looked much better in batting areas, so we're not too surprised by the outcome, but we do get a win by 19 runs. Joe Root taking a wicket as another part-time spinner. He got 109 as well. A fantastic day at the office for him. So let's get back to the career hub and see what that means for selection. Will we next have a club game or continue with our county? We're into the quarter-finals of the County One Day Cup. Yorkshire V Lancashire. We could be facing the likes of Jimmy Anderson in this one. Joss Buttler at Lancashire, of course, as well. That could be an interesting match, and we're certainly going to show some of that next time round. We're delighted to be playing at county level, and to be called up for a latter stages of a tournament shows just how well we did in the first one. I doubt we'll be playing in that Club T20 tomorrow, so I think we're going to focus on the county side now. Another good performance and we could become a fixture in the side, and that's what we're looking for moving forward. We'll just be looking for a slightly better score with the bat. We did really well and looked good in the first over, but again we played at a silly short ball and it ended up costing us our wicket cheaply. But if you did enjoy this episode and our first appearance at county level, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the performance. With the ball it was certainly ridiculously economical, though getting that early wicket was a bonus too, and we've got to try and improve with the bat. We keep getting out to the short ball and the edges through to the keeper, but for now we're pretty pleased with our start despite not really starring with the bat. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. There's also daily FM19 content from our long-term Torquay United story. In that one we're trying to take them to the top of English and European football. And then yesterday we had the final episode of our short-term FM19 challenge, Saving a Giant, so do go back and catch up with that mini-series if you didn't catch it when it first came out. There's also weekly Snooker 19 career mode content, that's every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another important episode as we continue our step up and adaptation to county level.